Hello, welcome everybody out there in your homes all over Australia. And as you can see by that chat box, all over the world who have logged in to join us this evening. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of country throughout Australia and recognise their continuing connection to land, waters, and culture. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. And for those joining us from around the world, we extend that recognition and respect to the traditional owners of the lands on which you are joining us from tonight. I'm so excited seeing everybody join us here in the chat box. I think it's going to be wonderful. I think Jason, it's his first night. Hi, Jason. Plus, so many people. Amy's excited. I'm excited. It's truly an international event tonight, and we're so thrilled to welcome our presenters and guests from across Australia and the globe. We know that many of us are in lockdown. I'm one of them. And so I actually can't think of anything better that I'd like to be tonight than with all of you. It is actually genuinely, even if I'm not in lockdown, it's a massive highlight to feel connected to everybody. So it's going to be a strange thing. Hi, Sam, you're a first timer as well, because you actually feel very connected to each other, even though we might be very disparate. My name is Jacinda Parsons, I should say, and I'm going to be your MC for this really exciting TFN virtual live crowdfunding event in support of 3 incredible grassroots organizations supporting programs in Uganda, Afghanistan, and Nepal. And so, look, you know that the virtual world can be sometimes unpredictable. So we are grateful in anticipation of your patience, and do have a laugh with us if things don't go exactly the way that we planned. If the video or sound is not working, if I'm looking like that in any way, that's kind of normal as well. But also hit refresh and hopefully that will also sort it out. LJ Locke has said it might be lockdown, but I'm already teary. Yes, I think you might need to grab yourself a nice glass of something, whatever that is for your choice this evening, and some tissues, because I think we're in for some really meaningful programs this evening. To the right-hand side, which we're already referring to, you're going to see that chat box there populated throughout the evening. It's so nice, isn't it, to see everybody already saying hello to each other. This is the place that we connect with each other, and it's also going to be where you're going to make your pledges later in the program. If you're on your phone or the app, the chat and the other functions might be down there, but I'm not sure what's happening with you. Tonight's event has been made possible by the Australian International Development Network, known as Aiden. It's a collaborative network which exists to encourage more and better international development from all Australians. We're really deeply appreciative of their efforts to get so many of you here tonight. It's a special shout out to the Australian Communities Foundation, the ACF, who had hoped to host a watching party in Melbourne tonight. But alas, we have been strapped in our homes. So look, let's hear now from Simon Lewis. He's the chair of Aiden and a catalyst in bringing about its formation in 2019. Please make him really welcome with some, we know you're out there feeling the love. Hi, Simon.
Hey, Jacinda. Hi, everybody. I hope I'm coming through loud and clear. And it gives me a great pleasure to welcome everyone tonight on behalf of the Australian International Development Network, Aiden, and the Funding Network. My name is Simon Lewis, and I'm founding chair of Aiden, and I'm connecting with you all from Wurundjeri land and pay my deep respect to the traditional owners of this land, past, present, and emerging. As Jacinda said, we're hoping to come to you from a watch party in Melbourne here, hosted by ACF, but unsurprisingly, perhaps the pandemic has dashed these plans as it continues to dash plans across the nation and across the globe. But this devastation and uncertainty, it also brings us together in solidarity, like we are here today, and reminds us that the solutions to these mounting problems that we face lie in better cooperation and mutual support. And that's where we come in. In this international context, Aiden believes Australians have a greater role to play. And since we were set up in 2018, we set about building a network of individuals, trusts and foundations and corporations focused on the important work of making our world beyond Australia a stronger, fairer and more sustainable place. Our purpose at Aiden is simple: to drive more and better giving and investing from Australians to developing countries and overseas. In the last 18 months, we brought together webinars, podcasts, and emergency briefings to our growing community, driving awareness and understanding about important issues and flashpoints, providing practical ways for you, the community, to collaborate and support the development effort, and leveraging in incremental financial support behind some of the organizations and collaborations that we've profiled. We also have tapped into a profound level of passion and commitment in the sector. There's an amazing upwelling of support coming through from Australians to drive better development outcomes. And if you find tonight interesting, then we'd love to hear from you, and we'd love you to join us in building this community. Our website details on aidennetwork.org.au will help you with your details, and sign up, please. So tonight's session with the Funding Network is another exciting chapter in our journey, and the first time I understand TFN has had a flagship event focusing on international projects. During the last year, TFN facilitated, I think, nearly 4 million across 27 events, just an awesome outcome, and also shifted so successfully into an online format with amazing presenters like Jacinda and the team. It's just been a phenomenal effort. So congratulations, and we are excited to build on that success tonight with your help. This event is also TFN's first of the new financial year, so in the world of tax-deductible giving, you can get out a fresh checkbook and get in early behind the organizations presenting tonight. On a personal note, I'll never forget my formative years growing up in Zimbabwe, while bearing witness to communities experiencing poverty and disadvantage. It is their abiding hope, their courage, their determination, and the untapped potential that stays with me, and the acknowledgement that even the smallest gesture or gift in their darkest hour can transform lives in the most magnificent way. Our express thanks from Aiden to, in particular, the Grace and Emilio Foundation and Vazadara, who put up match funding tonight for some exciting projects. And I'd also like to thank the supporters of Aiden who have backed our vision from the get-go: the Wade Family Foundation, the Ripple Foundation, Andy Wade, Cooper Investors, and the Cubic Family Foundation. And a special shout out to Julie Rosenberg, our EO, and Kathy Sarden, who've worked from the Aiden team to get this up. And of course, Julie McDonald and the amazing team from TFN. Hats off to you folks, it's just great. So the three organizations you're going to hear from tonight were selected from 60 applications, and we are supported in their preparations by the TFN team and pitches coaches. So we are privileged to hear their story and to be invited in to offer the support where and in whatever way we can. So let's all get on board, give generously, and have a great evening. Best wishes. Thank you. And back to you, Jacinda.
Thank you, Simon. Exciting. Really great to hear from you this evening. All right, let's get to it, shall we? I love this chat box, I have to say. There is a lot of good energy going on there this evening. Lots of hellos to Simon, lots of good feelings going on. There is a question from Paul saying, what's a checkbook, Simon? We probably don't use them anymore, but it's a metaphor. We can, use them in a non-literal way. You'll be hearing from three remarkable organizations who will be telling you about the programs they're involved with. Then they're going to ask for your support. Each presenter is going to have 5 minutes to tell you their story, and then they're going to answer your questions. These organizations have been through TFN's application, due diligence, and pitch coaching process, and were chosen to present by an independent panel. You'll see on your screen that there is a place to ask questions and to vote on the best one. So please get involved nearing the end of each presentation. And after we've heard from all three presenters, we're going to facilitate live pledging. And that happens through that chat room that you're in right now. I'm going to give you more instructions when we get to that part of the program. So just enjoy yourself. Hopefully you're wearing a pair of slippers and you're happy and comfortable where you are. I feel like we're about to have a wonderful evening. Let's meet our first presenter. Since 2008, HUG, or Help Us Grow Charity Foundation, has been supporting sustainable community projects in Uganda, East Africa, and to empower communities to make a sustainable difference in their own lives. The Smiling Hearts Initiative is aimed at providing children and young people living with a disability access to training, education, and a greater sense of belonging and self-worth. Please welcome with your, it's imaginary, but I can feel you doing it around rooms right around the world, Loreta Lilford, co-founder of Smiling Hearts, to tell us more. Welcome, Loreta.
Thanks, Jacinda. Hello, everyone. I'm Loreta Lilford, and Kyabram's my home, but I'm lucky enough to call a second place home, and that's the Smiling Hearts Centre in Uganda. The story of my second home is simply a love story. I fell in love with some of the most inspirational kids you could ever meet. They all live with varying degrees of disability, and sadly this can mean these kids live a life subjected to cruelty and discrimination. And that's where our story begins. It was my nursing career that originally took me to Uganda, and where I learnt the fate of children with disabilities and how they may be treated. Abandoned, abused, denied medical treatment, and worst of all, killed at birth. These kids believe they have no worth, no rights, and the best they can hope for is the life of a slave. I'll never forget the young girl who spent such a significant part of her life locked up in a pig pen that the only sounds she was able to make were those of the pigs she'd been kept with. Can you imagine having such limited contact with your family and community that you weren't even able to share language with them, let alone food, shelter, and most importantly, love? Coming home, I knew I had to do something. So I stepped into the unknown and made contact with an inspiring young Ugandan woman, Helen, who I'd met over there. She shared my passion to see improved lifestyle and rights for young people living with disabilities. And together we founded Smiling Hearts Uganda. But it's our amazing Helen that brings our dreams on the ground to life. Studies told us that those living with disabilities experience 30% more severe poverty than those without a disability due to their lack of education and skills required for employment. So we realised if we could develop a program to make vulnerable kids employable and self-sufficient, not only would this tackle the injustice and the inhumanity these kids experienced, but it would enable them to live fulfilling lives, reach their full potential, feel accepted, and be treated with respect within the community. So we did just that. We support our Smiling Hearts children through different initiatives. Some are receiving academic education, some completing apprenticeships, and all are participating in vocational skills training with our employed teachers. They're becoming skilled in sewing and knitting and printing and baking, and this is increasing their confidence and their belief in themselves. They are members of their community, and in every sense of the word, they are equals. Let me tell you about Saddam. Being deaf and mute, he was abandoned by family and raised in institutionalised care. He later found himself turned away from there with nothing but a dream he was keeping safe in his heart. Saddam wanted to become a barber. Others believed this was impossible, but Smiling Hearts sourced and funded his apprenticeship and provided him with a safe home and environment while he was training. And Saddam is now employed, supporting himself, living independently. Such a happy and proud young man. We're really so proud of what Smiling Hearts has achieved in 5 short years. Our vision to transform lives has become a reality. And last year, we even purchased our forever home. And that means the kids will never again go without shelter, food, and the love of family. But we're here tonight because we need some extra help. For every success story we've achieved against the odds, there are more young ones with disabilities in need of an opportunity, and we're having to turn them away. We want to extend our vocational training program and provide the skills to more young ones than we currently can due to our limited finances. And we believe we can achieve this through a day program. We already have the centre and the teachers. So if we have the means to transport young people with disabilities in the community to us and have the funds to purchase additional sewing and knitting machines, we can provide skills training and reach more kids. This is a real win-win situation that benefits not just the kids, but the families and the wider community. And with that in mind, we humbly ask for your help. $10,000 would enable us to purchase resources, additional equipment, and food to implement a 3-day-a-week vocational training program for 1 year. With an additional $20,000, we could purchase a reliable bus and pay a driver to transport children from the community to the centre each day. And for every $2,000 over this, we can assist 4 children with medical interventions to overcome their disability and enable them to live at home with their families as loved and welcome members. Well, that's our story. And I'm hoping now you might just get why I'm going to end where I began. Our story is simply a love story. And let me assure you, if Smiling Hearts had existed when I came across that young girl in the pig pen, I know we would have been able to turn her life into one of meaning. And with your help, we can do just that for the kids we haven't been able to reach yet. Thank you for listening to our story and hearing about our inspirational Smiling Hearts. Thank you.
Oh, Loreta, thank you so much. It is utterly inspiring, and I feel so lucky, as I know many people do, and you'll need to look through all the messages that have been sent to you while you've been talking, that we all feel very, very honoured to hear about the work that you've done tonight. There's an opportunity for you all to ask a question of Loreta. You can see down there's a couple already that have made their way in there in the Ask a Question box. Can we ask for a tiny bit more of your time, Loreta, with a couple of questions around the work that you do? This one's from Helen. It's a great one. You said that Helen started Smiling Hearts because that you and Helen started because you saw disabled children being shunned by their families and the community. How do you think your work has changed those attitudes?
We really are seeing families and communities changing slowly. Firstly, they were really surprised when they saw what the kids were achieving, and they started to see the ability more than the disability. And we see the kids now being offered employment, and I particularly see schools just having a much better acceptance and respect of the kids than previously. I remember so well one of our little boys who was rejected from going to school because of how he looked. You know, they said he'd be a distraction, and this was from a school promoting inclusion. And now we've got kids in school and they're being so welcomed. And I think the biggest thing is that we're seeing families are more open now to having their child living at home with them than they were previously. And I really feel this is due to our outreach program, where we're now supporting families with home-based projects, so they have got the means to care for their child at home. So I'm really thrilled, Jacinda, with what we've seen over the few short years.
Isn't that wonderful? There's a question here from Stephen about the Ugandan government, whether they help out at all.
Not very much that we can see. Helen is an amazing advocate and co-founder, without a doubt. Helen's involved in being linked in with Ugandan disability projects. So if there is anything there, if there are any projects coming up or grants, she's the first one to tap into them. But unfortunately, we certainly haven't received anything at all, Jacinda. So, but she's right there letting us know if there is something.
How wonderful. And I think I'll ask you one more question before we let you go and relax and take a deep breath. This one from Annette, she typed it in a little while ago. How many years have you been involved?
So I first started going to HUG. I was so impressed with Help Us Grow that it's about 10 years, I think, that I was going over as a nurse. And it was seeing the children just from 2014, really, that they stole my heart, the children with disabilities. And Helen and I kicked off in 2016. So we're just 5 short years. But we've done so much in that time.
What a love story, an epic love story, Loreta. And again, we're honoured to hear that tonight. Thank you so much. And we wish you enormous luck. And hope we can raise some money to help support the work tonight.
Thank you.
Wonderful. LJ, I think it was LJ, started crying pretty much when Loreta appeared on the screen. A lot of people feeling very, very moved. And I hope, Loreta, you get a chance to read the comments because they're so supportive and so, again, grateful for your presentation this evening. And of course, more than that, the work that you do. All right, we're ready for our second organisation. I told you tonight was going to be so much fun. Indigo Foundation is a community development organisation that partners with local grassroots organisations to empower women and girls. It aims to improve outcomes in education and health, defend human rights, and build strong and resilient local organisations. Here to tell us more is Alireza Yunuspur. He's an Afghanistan Partnership Coordinator at the Indigo Foundation. Good afternoon. Good evening. Where am I?
Thank you, Jacinda. Thanks, everyone, for joining us tonight. This is really exciting, and I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land from which I'm speaking tonight, and really grateful for all of you to join us tonight. My name is Alireza Yunuspur. I was born in Bojigai in Afghanistan in the 1980s, exactly 10 years after the Afghan war started, and lived there for part of my life during the Taliban reign. When I was a young child, Bojigai community did not have a school, but they kept their local mosque open and hired religious mullahs to teach mostly young boys like me. My younger sisters and other girls at their age were denied the right to even attend mosque education. The ongoing wars in Afghanistan forced my family, along with 5 million other families, to flee Afghanistan in the 1980s and 90s. We took refuge in Pakistan, and in 2005, at 17 years old, I arrived in Australia as a refugee. In the past 16 years in Australia, I have had amazing education opportunities, enormous support from my teachers at Marsden High School, my great friends at Indigo Foundation, and the larger community. These supports helped me to learn English language, to get a scholarship, and to complete my honours degree at the University of Sydney. After university, I worked with the Australian government in DFAT and started my PhD in Afghanistan's higher education. My partner and I returned to live in Afghanistan in 2016 and 17, where I taught at American University. In the past 3 years, I've been working as an academic at Melbourne University. My life has changed through education. I'm grateful for everyone's support in Australia, and of course grateful for the Bojigai community that kept that mosque open when I was a child. Your presence tonight gives me hope that education matters to all of you too. I'm here tonight to share with you the story of our local communities in Afghanistan. It is where my education started, the Bojigai community. What is so special about this community and our current partner communities of Jirgai and Besut is that they never stopped educating their children. Despite the ongoing conflict and economic hardship, they continued to educate their children. After the fall of the Taliban regime in 2001, Burjagai community found support from the newly formed Afghan government and established 9 primary and secondary schools. Most of these schools did not have buildings. They were operating in mosques, in old houses, and under the tents. Most teachers, all male, had qualifications of up to grade 6. In 2003, Indigo Foundation connected with refugee communities in Western Sydney, who had links to the Burjagai community. We shared a belief that education can change lives and that educating girls can change the world. We started very small, initially funding school textbooks in 2003. Over the past 18 years, we have helped our partner communities to build 12 school buildings. We have trained teachers, provided desks and chairs and learning materials for 23 schools. These are crucial steps to helping families feel comfortable to let their girls attend school. Across the life of this partnership, around 8,000 students have attended or graduated from these schools. Around 35 to 40% are girls. Around 800 students from our partner communities have gone to higher education institutions, some of whom returned to their communities as school principals and teachers. There are now 20 female teachers. They are local girls who had the chance to go to school, graduate from university, and returned as a school. What I'm confident is that no one can take away their education, and they will continue to serve as role models for the current students and many generations of girls to come. Sadly, however, across Afghanistan during this time, around 5 million children remained out of school, and half of the schools do not have building and furniture. To address these growing education needs in Afghanistan and to build on our partnership, I'm here tonight to ask for your support. With $9,000, we can support 20 female teachers across 15 schools. With another $10,000, we can provide desks and chairs for 250 students. And with $40,000, we can fund a new building for a school of 260 students. When I returned to these communities in 2003, I saw a huge transformation compared to the 1990s. Schools have become the centers of learning in these communities. As part of that trip, I attended the opening ceremony of Salman Farsi School. The image that you see today is from Zainab at the opening ceremony, a girl from grade 7. She stood in front of around 350 people and talked about what it meant for her to have the opportunity to attend a school and to study her classrooms for the first time in a proper building. This was unimaginable for me and the entire community. When I started a school there in the 1990s, we could not even imagine to have girls sitting with boys, even in mosques, let alone in new schools. My dream is to live in a world that one day girls like Zainab shares their dream and hope in achievements without fear for their life. With your support tonight, we can make this a reality. So I'm grateful and thank you again.
Ellie, it's us that are saying thank you to you. And like Loreta, there's so much appreciation coming through the chat line. We're very honoured and humbled to hear about the work that you're doing. So thank you so much. If you have a question, you know that there is a question section down the bottom. Already a lot are coming through. Ali, are you happy to answer just a couple before we let you go and relax?
Sure.
Wonderful. Kathy and Susan have asked a really similar question. Of course, the news has been really distressing for quite some time, but of course, most recently. What is the concern about the Taliban and its presence and how it might affect your work?
Yeah, we are of course concerned as well, and our partner communities are concerned about their future and their communities and their schools, and of course what we are seeing in Afghanistan breaks everyone's heart, and in particular it breaks my heart given what we have achieved and what these communities have achieved. But I also have been through this. I've seen through this, and these communities have shown the resilience and their strength to continue to educate their children. They might lose the support of the government for their schools that they have received so far, but I'm confident that they will keep their schools and their mosques is still open. Historically, mosques have always been open, but I'm confident that even with the continued presence of the Taliban in some part of Afghanistan, that these communities continue to educate their children in some form. And I think what it really shows is that with the rise of the Taliban, I think the challenge that we have got has become, more, and the need for that support is actually becoming stronger.
Absolutely. Thank you for answering that question. I know it's enormously troubling. Another question coming in from Tony this evening. How many staff or volunteers do you have?
We've got, I might ask, Gemma to answer that question on the chat as well. But we've got 3 paid staff, 1 full-time and 2 part-time, and all other people that we've got, particularly our partnership coordinators, are all volunteers.
Wow.
And it's also important to note that even within our partner communities, the shuras that we work, the informal network of these schools and communities that have been working, they also work all voluntarily for their community.
And talking about the partnerships, who is the partner in Afghanistan and how do you decide what schools you prioritize?
The partners that we've got is a shura, so it's a informal network of community elders. We've got school teachers in the shura, we've got student representative, but also school teachers, and including 2 female teachers who've been on the shura for the past 2-3 years as well. And it represents the entire community. And of course, we also have a financial trustee and his team in Kabul who also help us with the day-to-day management and work of this community. The way we work with these communities is they lead their program and they prioritize the work. And every year that we have these programs, they decide to what are their priorities for these communities. And it is something that despite the conflict, the poverty, and the tragic stories that we hear in Afghanistan, I think what this community really demonstrates is that humanity do learn a strong resilience at hard times, and I think what this community have shown is that despite the threats to education for Afghanistan that have been going on for over 40 years, they continue to educate their children.
Ali, we extend our deep compassion and support to you tonight and always, and thank you so much for such a wonderful and generous presentation, and congratulations on some great work. Gemma has jumped in and answered a little bit more of that question, but it certainly supports what you were saying. And Ali, please have a read. There's so much excitement and support, and we thank you so much for joining us this evening, and good luck with your incredible work.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jacinda.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, there's lots of feelings, lots of emotions, because this is such important work that's going on. We always say, it's happening in our name, and incredible people around the world doing the work that they are doing. And you do feel very honored to have this opportunity to hear about it this evening. Wow. Our third organization tonight is Forget Me Not. It's a Nepal-based organization that exists to prevent children and young people around the world from being displaced by investing in programs that keep children within their families and out of institutions. We're going to hear from Andrea Nave, CEO of Forget Me Not. She's coming through the vortex. I can feel her ready to arrive. There she is. Hello.
Hi, Jacinda. How are you?
Good.
Thank you very much for letting me speak tonight. It's a real honour. I'd like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which I stand tonight, the Turrbal and the Jagera people. And I'd like to acknowledge their leaders past, present and emerging. I understand that this was and always will be Aboriginal land that we stand on tonight. Hi everyone, my name's Andrea and I'm the CEO of Forget Me Not Australia. I want to tell you a story tonight about a little girl called Alicia. Alicia was just 4 years old when she came to live in our orphanage in 2006. That's Alicia there. We had supported Alicia over the years with love, healthcare, nutrition, education, and a whole range of things to help her thrive. We thought we were doing the absolute right thing in providing care at home for orphans. I mean, who wouldn't? One rainy monsoonal August, I was in Kathmandu, Nepal, visiting the children, checking up on their welfare and their progress and so on. And Alicia came to me with her beautiful brown eyes welling, full of tears. And she said to me, "Auntie, please, I want to go home. I want to see my mother and my father, please, Auntie." Man, I was completely shocked. I was rocked to the core. You know, this little girl was supposed to be an orphan without a mother and father. We had documentation, death certificates and birth certificates, all the necessary paperwork to show that she was an orphan. Somehow we had to find a family. After a lot of heartache and with Alicia's plea fresh in our mind, we knew it was time to do better. We had to. We decided to turn our organisation around. We quickly discovered that all 20 girls in our care, not just Alicia, but all of them had family who could care for them. It was time to do better for sure. We thought we were making a positive difference. We really genuinely did. But 60 years of research shows us that institutions harm children, and that harm lasts well into adulthood, often with irreversible developmental delays, attachment disorders, lack of belonging, poor relationships when compared to their peers. They're most likely to fall into substance abuse, homelessness, or even suicide. Now, how is that fair? Research shows that 80% of children in orphanages have parents who could care for them if they were supported themselves. It was really time to bust this orphanage myth. With these crucial pieces of information, we set about to turn our organisation around. It took some time, some hard work, but today we've changed our organisation from offering orphanage care to now offering support for families to care for their own children, changing outdated and harmful systems. We're leading the way with legal research. Our best practice in our work is recognised globally. It's evidence-based, and most importantly, children are at the forefront. It is their rights and their needs that drive our work forward. We work with the Nepal government to assess and rescue children, to formally identify them, and with careful planning, skilled case management, we bring them home, back to family where they belong. And then with continued monitoring, we make sure that they are safe and able to stay reintegrated permanently with their family. That's where they belong. You know, our team of reintegration officers, they trek across the country, far and wide, tracing family. These are 3 of our reintegration officers here. They're armed with photographs and little snippets of information, and they very, very often face very difficult terrain, sometimes walking for days through all kinds of weather, even landslides, across mountainsides to the most remote places in Nepal. It was in that remote Himalayan mountains of Humla, in a tiny little village called Rasawa, where we found Alicia's family. We found them intact. Mum and dad, siblings, all grieving for the loss of their child. You know, they thought Alicia was dead until we came knocking. This work is complex, it is difficult, and it is very raw, but it's vitally essential. There's just 450 orphanages remaining in the country today, with 11,350 children registered living within them. All of those children, we believe, can go home. That figure of 80% of research shows that children have family. Our work over the last 11 years, working with over 717 children, shows that number to be closer to 97%. That's 97% of children in those orphanages can be at home. We also have solutions for the remaining 3% children. Our work has impacted government. It's changed laws and influenced laws here in Australia and overseas. Orphanage trafficking is now recognised as a form of child trafficking under international law. All of these massive changes and impacts, all because we listened to one little girl's plea. Thanks, Alicia. You know, when Alicia was returned home to her grandmother, she said it was as if gold had been laid at her feet. Can you imagine? It costs just $2,500 to rescue and reintegrate a child, to give them back their childhood and to rebuild a family. It's a small price for such a massive impact. You know, $10,000 means profoundly changing the lives of 4 children, their family and their community. $20,000 will deliver this chance for 8 children, and so on. You know, our team will not stop. They continue to find families under the most extreme and now unprecedented circumstances. Tonight, I'm asking you if you'll help us change a child's trajectory from unnecessarily having to live out their childhoods in an orphanage, and to help us bring them home. With your help tonight, we know it's time to deliver more gold. Thanks for listening.
Oh, that is just so incredible, Alicia. We thank you so much for your incredible story. Andrea, thank you so much for that this evening. Are you ready for some questions tonight?
Yeah, I am ready for some questions, please.
Yes, they're wonderful. I just feel so struck. One of the questions that's coming through, which is, I think, something that I am also very deeply wondering, is how are these children finding themselves in orphanages?
Okay, great question, Jacinda. Often what happens is a child collector or a trafficker will come through remote places where there's very, very much poverty amongst the community, and they'll offer parents a golden opportunity to take their children and a little bit of money back usually to tourist hotspots or capital cities where those children are placed in an orphanage and then offered sponsorship, free education. And it's those golden promises and dreams that then ejects a child into the orphanage industry, where often their documentation is fake, falsified, and they become paper orphans for the benefit of the paying public.
Wow, and there is 97%. One of the comments that's really coming through the chat box and coming through is around this, I don't want to say the word pivot, but you know that's what I mean in terms of your organisation. Bo or B says, what was that process like, making a huge shift as an organisation that offered orphanage care to then be reuniting children with their families?
Well, we had 20 little girls relying on us. So Alicia made that plea, and then over time, 19 other children revealed their truth to us. We've been supporting these children for years. You know, the pivot was a no-brainer. We knew that those children had families. It was wrong of us to continue to keep their orphanhood alive for the purpose of child sponsorship. It was not going to solve any problems. And now the children are back with their families. It's sustainable because we can support the family until they can support their children on their own.
Well, that's one of the great questions that's coming through as well. Charlotte's sort of encapsulated it here as well, mentioning around $2,500 for supporting the reunion into families. Charlotte's asked, can you tell us more about what that entails and what do you provide? Are you doing some follow-up once they are reunited then with their families?
Absolutely. Look, once a child moves from an orphanage, we close those orphanages with the help of the Nepal government. They come into our transit care home. And in there, they offered counselling and support, renewed education and care, all of the things to get them ready to go home. And it's with the children's own words and backgrounds. They put together their case stories with our counsellors. And they're offered a place to play. We have swings, we have colouring in, we have all the things that children need, but it's just a home away from home. They're told from the start that they're going to go home. And our transit care then works to support them until they can be connected with their families. In the background, our reintegration officers are tracing family. And when that connection is found, when that gold happens, a phone call is initiated. when those children are reconnected initially by phone. Now, those moments are knee-dropping, I've got to tell you. They're the moments where you know a child's heart is renewed. And then we work to support the family. Sometimes those families don't have the means to take their child back. But we look at ways to support those families until that child can come home permanently. And then we monitor those children for 3 to 5 years or until they can be safely at home. It's not a helicopter in and drop process. It's careful and painstaking and considered best practice. And that's why our reintegration model works.
Wow, I think it sums up a lot of the comments. Please read them, Andrea, because there's been so much love coming through. Incredible, incredible work. And again, we're so honored and grateful that you share it with us tonight. And we're fingers crossed that we can assist in the work that you do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. We need a little crying break, I think. I'm just moving a bit closer in. Oh, incredible stories from 3 inspiring leaders who are making a genuine difference around the world. So this is where we come into the story. Let's see if we can work together to raise some much needed donations to support their efforts. This is what we do. All right. What the pledging is going to work this way. We're going to hear from an advocate for each program. They're going to tell you why they support that organization. And then we'll kick off the pledging. Then we'll open it up to everyone watching. And we do it one at a time. So if you'd like to make a pledge, please enter your name and the amount that you want to pledge in the chat box. And I'm going to read it out. And don't worry if I miss your pledge, although I'm very good. We'll go back through and make sure that the chat box, everything has been counted. So we're going to go through each program in the same order that they presented. So save your pledges until we're collecting for that program. And then when we're done, we'll do a quick second round in case anyone went to find out that they have a pot of gold somewhere that they've just remembered, and we can get some final pledges that way. All the pledges are tax deductible in Australia, and pledges start from just $100. There's no upper limit though. Let me tell you about that. So don't be shy. And by sharing your pledge, what's something you're going to experience if this is your first time, is that this is strangely, even though we're virtual, a really enormously wonderful community to be part of. It's Thursday night here where I am, and we're at home. The thing that we can do tonight will hopefully make a huge impact on some of this incredible work that you've heard about tonight. So are you ready for some fun? I'm excited to announce that Aiden's generous members, including the Grace and Emilio Foundation and Vashadura Foundation, have contributed a combined $30,000 to the match funding pool. So that means that you'll see your pledge, which is so much fun, doubled on the screen up to $10,000 per project. So by the time we get to 20,000, you've been doubled the whole way through. So a huge thank you for your generosity. All right, let us start, shall we, with Hug Charity Foundation. Their advocate is Aaron Luxmore. Aaron is a national manager at 3PM Marketing. He's coming. I feel it. He's just coming through all the network cables. He's grabbing a drink of water on the way, perhaps. It's an idea, actually. Make sure you are well hydrated. There he is. Aaron.
Hi.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for having me. I'm honoured to have been invited to be the advocate for this beautiful charity. I first heard of Smiling Hearts at a fundraising market about 3 years ago, where Loreta was selling arts and crafts that were made by the disabled kids from the village in Uganda. Every single cent made at that market went back to the exact person who made the artwork. I saw photos of these beautiful children, and I heard Loreta talk firsthand of the impact Smiling Hearts was making. The sincerity and the passion in which she spoke about her love for those kids inspired me to actually fly over myself and see the Smiling Hearts Centre for myself and to meet the kids. That trip to the centre in Uganda was an experience I'll never forget. I met the teachers, the children and their families, and I lived as they do in the village, and I can't begin to describe the joy I felt that week. I watched Loreta and Helen in action. I have seen and felt the difference that they are making. I've seen the children's faces light up when they enter the room. I've seen how much the children need them, and I've firsthand witnessed lives being completely turned around. Knowing that this charity is 100% volunteer-based and that every single cent of every single dollar given goes to support the program means that I don't hesitate in donating every month, because I know that my money really is making a difference and it really is changing lives, and yours will too. So tonight, I'm happy to do the first pledge at $350.
I found it a little hard to come through the cables too, Aaron. Look at that, and look at it, $700. Thank you so much for your wonderful words and your support and kicking it off. Peter said, a pledge is shared between all, or can you pledge to a particular group? Right now, what we are pledging for is Hug Charity Foundation. Madison said, you know what, I'm going to do the same, please. $350 for Smiling Hearts. Let's get this bus. Peter will do it. So you have to pledge for the Forget Me Not at a different, when we're doing pledging for that. At the moment, what we're doing is collecting money for the wonderful Hug Charity Foundation. And we say thank you very much, $50 from Jackie. Thank you, Jackie, for that. You'll see that bounce up. Linda Fox, $1,000. I have a disabled son, and I know how hard it is to get help in Australia, let alone Uganda. Thank you. We'll support 20 female teachers next year, says Ellie already. Alan Nasrallah, $250. Phil and Mercedes, $400. Thank you very much. Lauren Cummings, $150. Thank you, Lauren. Annette Gallagher, $100. $1,000 from Paul Wilton. Thank you very much, Paul. The whole family, $300. This is lots of fun. Rebecca Gorman says $1,000. Got to match a fox. Oh, you got to match a fox. That's a T-shirt ready to be made. Well done, Aaron. $200 from my willing husband, Graham. Thank you very much. Also $100, Claire Hanratty. Thank you very much, Claire. Jane and Charlotte, $100. Thank you. $250 to Hug from Ryder, Tim and Lauren. Hi, team. $50, says the wonderful Marion. Charles Russell says, give me $150. Look at what we've just done. I'm just looking over here, but then we've already raised $11,600 and you see your money double. Susan says, I pledge $400, and I love the way you write it, Susan, with you making sure you got your decimal points in there. Claire Falsham, $250. Thank you, Claire. Simon Lewis, good old Simon Lewis, $300. Match a good wolf. Thank you very much. Christina Stefanova, $500. Oh, we'll do that one later. Come back, Christina, when we're raising money for the Indigo Foundation. Right now, we're raising for Hug Charity. Liz Grogan, $100. Thank you, Liz. Jackie Evans, $50. Jackie, thank you. $1,000 from Claire Murphy. Thank you, Claire Murphy. And $200, Rich and M, who are just hanging out, having a lovely evening together. John Grenshaw, I'm just imagining that. I bet you are. $1,000. Thank you, John, very much. $100 from Nola Phillips. This is really a very good time. $100 from Anna and Emily from Aiden. Thank you, Anna and Emily. Trudy, $100. Thank you, Trudy. Mark says, $150, please. Mark Domkins. Thank you very much. That was Linda Fox I was matching, says Rebecca Gorman. I know, but I loved the way you said that. I'm really into it. It's got a good ring to it. Angela Wheelton, $1,000. Thank you, Angela. And Paul's there as well. $500 from the English Family Foundation. We love you, English Family Foundation. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Check it out. We've already raised $21,050. And I can feel Ellie in the virtual world that we are in right now. Mangala Martinez, thank you, Mangala, $800. And as you see here, you can text us if you feel shy, but there is an enormously wonderful energy when we do this all together. Gillian Gray, $100. Thank you, Gillian. Now, $100 if my dad in Dublin matches me. Is he here, Julie? Our Smiling Hearts will be reunited soon. And Julie also says, great pitch, Loreta. It is beautiful, isn't it? Jan says, I love that we're uniting as a country tonight. Keep going and spreading the love. There's nothing better. Now, Julie, are you matching the fox or are you just liking the term? In matching the fox, I forgot what the fox did. What did the lovely, where are we? Matching the fox. $1,000. No, I'm not sure. Just for confirming, Julie, are you $1,000 matching the fox? That's a cool term for tonight. If it is, let's go for it. Just to confirm, though, I got to be sure. Pete and Ray Luxmore, $100. Thank you very much. Your wonderful friend, family member, Aaron. $50 for Hug, says Belinda. Thank you. Sean Kamler. Hello, Sean, from the Kamler family, $500. Stephen Malley, $100. Thank you. Both. I don't know what that means, but I do think there's $1,000 there from Julie. She's matching the fox in both literal and metaphoric ways. Sylvia Rigos, $300, matching the good wolf. I love matching the good wolf and matching the fox. Good on you, Julie. Thank you. And Simon says, thanks, Sylvia. Look where we are. $24,100 already raised for Hug Foundation charity foundation, I should say. Tom and Laura, $200. Thank you, Tom and Laura. It's been fast and furious, and I love it this way. $200 from an anonymous donor coming through TFN, the funding network. Sylvia says, you're welcome. Well, we thank you, Sylvia. You didn't match the fox, but you matched the good wolf. I love it. $500 from John Carey and Anita Jacoby. Thank you very much, Anita and John. H&G Real Estate in Kyabram. That's where I go when I have my real estate needs, in Kyabram. $500. Thank you very much. $500 from Michael Taylor. Thank you. $50 from the Mahoney family in Echuca. How lovely to have you join us this evening. $100. Extraordinary to think the impact the small amount will have. I know. $100 there from Lisa. Thank you. Mark Cubitt is on an iPad and wants me to pledge on his behalf. He wants to match the fox. I love matching the fox. This is so much fun. Which, if yes, you match the fox, we're at $27,150. And you know, this is so much fun, but it is actually going to have a wonderful supportive impact for the great work that we are seeing being done by Hug Charity Foundation. Wonderful. We've got there, just to be clear, the fox is $1,000. That's the clarity. The fox is $1,000. Match the fox. Everyone wants to match the fox. $100 from Ireland. Oh, that's very good. I'm believing that is Julie's connection. Thank you, Pauline. $500 from moi, says Nadia Taylor. I'll have to do a foxy shimmy. I don't know. Julie, you said the fox match is 100, but you mean 1,000. Slip on that, the keypad, and we're in a whole lot of trouble. Yes, we need another zero. It's like I'm actually having a conversation. I can hear you in my very wild head. $27,750, which is a great start, let me say. We know how much this money will do and the work that it will be. It is so exciting. Loreta and Helen and the incredible work that they do, as we've heard, the beautiful love story that Helen told us earlier in the evening, which just, well, it set LJ off immediately. How much left to match the fox? The fox is always ready to be matched, Bill. It's a state of mind. Matching the fox is just throwing down a G. Liza, $250 from Liza and V. Great work, Loreta, and all of the crew. Correct. Fox equals 1,000. Jerome Fink, hello, Jerome. $200. Thank you. We're at 28,000. Wait, there's another Liza, says LJ. 100 from LJ for Liza Jane. Thank you, LJ. Who's probably spent a bit of money on tissues this evening. Phil and Mercedes, another 100. Thank you. Got to get the bus. We've got to get the bus, Philip. I'm with you all the way. $28,400 that we have raised. Come on. We need to get the bus. Loreta and Helen. $500 from Ange and Bill. Mary Nissen, thank you very much. Well, it's a very close to our lovely round $30,000. Oh, I love 333. You know I love it, Madison. From Mark Turner, let's get the bus. How much is the bus, says Nadia Taylor? That's a really good question. I just want to get the bus. I'm not, I didn't make enough notes about exactly how much the bus is, but let's get the bus. If anyone can let us know how much the bus is, that would be really helpful for our focus so that we can get the bus. Phil wants the bus. Nadia wants the bus. Madison wants the bus. We all want the bus. We might need to match the fox to get the bus. $30,000 will do day program and the bus, says Madison. That's very good. Match the fox. Let's secure the bus. Thank you, generous people. Aaron, are you matched? No, you're just suggesting that we match the fox. You've got to be clear whether you are matching the fox or suggesting to match the fox. Julie says, we all want the bus. We all want the bus. Imagine, we want more than the bus. We want all the things. Liza Jane is happy with her friend, LJ. You love it when namesakes become friends. Pauline, $100 for a bit of one of the wheels from Ireland. That is very nice. Yeah, you can select the part of the bus that you would like to have. LJ's never met another Liza Jane. This is what's happening. What's the gap now? I think the gap, well, the maths is 667. Is that right? I'll do 67 to make it an even number again. Thank you, Kiara. That's very kind. Let's get the wheels on the bus. Another $100 from Rebecca Gorman. Thank you very much, Rebecca. That's another wheel. It's a part of a wheel. Yes, we do need to get Crowdcaster, like an animated fox. So you just pop that in. Although I match the fox. Can you imagine when we're in a room together again and we get to call that out? I want to match the fox. How is the fox going? Are you okay that we are using your name in, well, joy, I've got to say. Adding another $100. Wonderful, Susan. And we love your decimal from you and Robert. Beautiful, $29,600. We're so close to the bus, people. We are so close to the bus. $100 from Whistle and Hope Wines. Thank you, Elizabeth. It does remind me you might need to refresh your glass, but not just yet. I'm just holding $29,700. It feels okay. Tim, we don't know what you've said. The fox is loving it. I'm so happy the fox is okay. We're matching. You know what's my... Tim, you might need to repeat your comment. Fling the Winget horse account, $200. Fling and wing it. That's better. Well done. Hope that horse is going well. $100. From Woodsy. I've just seen a name pop up. Thank you, Woodsy. A name pop up from a wonderful contributor, Rob Caldoulis. Thank you, Rob. I'd like to pledge $5,000, but I can't do it unless I feel the love from a matcher. Who will match you? Well, what do we call a 5,000 match, Rob? Match the Caldoulis. What do you think? And everybody, we have hit $30,000. So hang on, Rob, are you holding it close until you get a matcher? Hasn't yet been added to our list or our total, and I am beginning to rock. Yes, a K match. I love a K match. So a K match is $5,000 and it's a Rob Caldoulis match. So if you K match, you are putting down $5,000. A Fox match, what's it called? I've forgotten. Match at Fox. You can't count it till it's matched. We need a K match. Who's out there? We can't count it. It's pending. The bus has a lift. It might. We're still waiting for a match. We need a K match. There is no better match to have than a K match. Match the Fox is good. Bernie and Julie, you absolute legends. $100 from Bernard. Thank you. Match the Wombat. Dig deep. Where's the Wombat come from? Edge of seat. Any amazing matches out there? Okay, Rob, I'll start the matching with $1,000. Can anyone help me? That is a match the Fox to go to the K match. Oh, hang on. We have a K match from the Peel Fund, which I think we need to make it a Peel and K match. 36,000. So there's our extra $5,000 match. That's so exciting. Thank you. Rob says, Peels, Rebecca, release the funds. We have a K match. I need a whole lot more going on. I need a wheel. I need a hat that spins. How much fun is this? We are alone. I'm alone, but it feels like I'm not. Yeah, I'm so excited. How appealing is the K match? Yes, Liza Jane. Peel Fund and Rob, thank you. Wow, says everybody. I like a little bit of time to enjoy how incredible this is. That is unbelievable. OMGs are getting thrown down. Exclamation points till the cows come home. Bill just thrown down 3. Like, doesn't even have words for it. So many beautiful. Yes, I want to know how Loretta's going too. Will we catch up with Loretta? Loretta, are you okay out there? And Helen, I hope you can feel the love coming through. So much excitement and support. It's so good. Brazzy horse account, $150. Yeehaw. Thank you, Lindy and Brazzy horse account. Pick bestie up from the floor. I'm speechless, says Loretta. Oh, and there's a little Philip. We're very happy. We got a little bus. $41,250. You gotta feel good about that. We got the bus with Match the Fox and a K match and a Peel match. That's so exciting. Loving the Horses are also pledging. Friends of Fox. Everyone's a friend of Fox. How could we not be? Thank you so much. Thanks for loving our kids. Loretta, how could we not, with a beautiful love letter that you shared with us today. The wheels on the bus go round and round. All right. I agree, LJ. How lucky we are to be part of this. How long have we got? Let's go. Next one. That's it for that. We will come back around again just for a very quick hit, just in case, it happens. People find millions of dollars in the space of time. Because Bernard's rustling up more. You've got time, Bernard. So just make those calls, get onto whoever you're going to get onto, and we will come back again for the Hug Charity Foundation. I'm taking a deep breath and I'm having a wonderful time. All right. Now let's move on to the Indigo Foundation. Their advocate is Libby Lloyd, not Libby Lloyd, which is an old rock joke, but Libby Lloyd, fantastic. Patron for Indigo Foundation. Welcome, Libby. She's coming. Again, I can feel it deep in my spirit. You wouldn't not arrive on this auspicious evening while we are having a hoot of a time. There she is. Hi, Libby.
Good evening, Jacinda. Thank you very much indeed for the opportunity, and warmest greetings to you all from the Gadigal land. I've watched in awe over these past 18 years as Indigo's worked with these communities to train more than 400 teachers. Today, there are more than 4,500 students in school there, and 1/3 of these are girls. It's a terribly distressing time in Afghanistan right now, but this is not a new war. It's a different phase. It has always been unique to have the local tribal leaders supporting such a project, and because of this, we're confident it will endure. Stimulated by Alireza's extraordinary commitment, connections, and leadership, these communities have proven their strength and have invested significant leadership too. It's even more important right now that we help them to continue to educate their girls and their boys. They are Afghanistan's future. These are the ones who will help rebuild this shattered country. I'm so pleased to kick off the pledging tonight with $500.
Thank you, Libby. So nice to see you there, and thank you for your support. And you'll see how joyfully when we go to the Indigo Foundation that $500, as we know, is doubled and it becomes $1,000, which is so much fun. So let's have fun again. We had a wonderful presentation from Ellie. We know how emotional. There's Ellie. Says thank you so much, Libby. So nice to know that you're there, Ellie. It is a really obviously very important experience. Indigo Foundation, $1,000. Stephen Malley, thank you for kicking off, $100. We agree, Libby. Ali is such a wonderful leader and all-round great human. Of course, you can text us on 0447 655 245 if you would prefer to pledge that way. But it's also wonderful to have this community join together on a Thursday night. Sit in your lounge room where you are comfortable and support the great work that is happening around the world. David says, thank you for your wonderful work, $250. Thank you, David. Thank you to Grace and Emilio Foundation for matching Indigo Foundation. Thank you. Jackie Evans says $100. I've missed something there, though, I think, with the Grace and Emilio Foundation. But we'll get onto that in a moment. $200 from Colin Wilson Brown. Sorry, Simon, I'm not. Oh, they're part of the match. Of course they are. And I thank you, Grace and Emilio Foundation. Sorry, a little mental blank momentarily. $150 from Emily and Anna. Thank you very much. Wonderful, Ellie. Girls around the world, thank you. Oh, goodness me, $1,000. Thank you. It's called Match the Fox. $200, Mark Domkins. Thank you very much, Mark. And lovely Julie, the CEO here of TFN. It's going to kick off with $200 for my amazing education. Anyone else have a great education? Dad is out there. Hello, Dad, in the guise of Pauline. And Pauline, good evening, all the way over there in Ireland. We're at $5,400 for the Indigo Foundation. Phil and Mercedes, $200. Good on you, Phil. Thank you for your enthusiasm. Wonderful to have you both here and supporting that. And as we know, every amount of money that you pledge right now is doubled, and it feels so good. $400 to match the Good Wolf. We love a match of the Good Wolf. Thank you, Simon, very much. Kristen Lark, $200 as well for her good education. Thank you. In Kansas City, Missouri. There you go. Jerome Fink, thank you very much. $200, great education from the Jesuits. Clark, Chara, and Luke, $100. Thank you to the two of you. Connor says, $100 from me, please. And I say, thank you very much. Emily just wants to know where the fox is. I'm interested. English Family Foundation will match the Good Wolf. Thank you very much. So that's $400. Thank you. The fox is coming. $1,000 from Effie. Effie has matched the fox. Thank you very much. Yes, nicely put, Julie. I'll pledge $500, says Rebecca Gorman, in honor of the great teachers I've had over the years. Pam says, great work, Ali. $200 for education of Afghanistan. Christina Stefanova, $500. Thank you very much. The Fox, $1,000. Hello, Linda. The work of Indigo is so important for the girls of Afghanistan. We love to match the Fox. Let's just say it. Thank you for your inspiration. Kathy, $200 if my wife, Kathy, will make me a G&T. I'm going to leave enough pause. Kathy, maybe even throw some lime in, but if not, that's all you need to do. Good work. $250 from Liza Jane for this much needed education. And V, don't know what that is. It seems like secret language. $100 from Danielle and Moo in memory of great Auntie Caroline, an educator and advocate for women's rights. That is a beautiful dedication. Thanks, Danielle. $100 from me too, says Claire. $100 donated via Good to Give's workplace giving program, which will also be matched. So that's triple matching. I love a triple match. We're already at $16,300. $500. Sean Kamler, thank you very much. $500 from the Kamler family. $150 from Antonia Ruffle. Thank you very much, Antonia. In support of the power of education in the most difficult of circumstances. Couldn't have said it better myself. $500. Thank you, Lila. On its way, says Kathy. Good on you, Kathy. You're doing, I mean, it's a bit rich, but I'm behind you all the way. Good work, Kathy. Good enough for the Fox. Good enough for me. I've lost that. I'm just so excited about the Fox. The Fox excites me. Matching the Fox, says Mark. That's $1,000 from Mark. And you see, Mark, that becomes $2,000. We've just hit $20,400. Susan with her beautiful decimals, with the decimal point for me and Robert. Thank you, Susan. We love it. Paul and Angela Wilton hanging out together. They're matching the Fox, even though they're doing it simply and gently. $1,000. Thank you both so much. Faye Robinson. Oh, wonderful, Faye. $100. Thank you. Okay, can't help but match the Fox. Gotta love to match the Fox. Rebecca Gorman, you're very good. $1,000 and just had a G in T, so we'll look at the spelling. from Rebecca from here on in. But whatever you do, Rebecca, we're happy. Maybe add, a couple of extra. No, thank you so much for your generosity in your contribution when you match the Fox. $600 from Mangala Martinez. Thank you very much, Mangala. Can the Wiltons increase to 3,000 and I'll match the 3K? I love it when the K match comes in. Do you know what the K match is? It's not a number. It's a state of mind. So Rob Kaldulis comes in and says, I'm just going to throw some curveballs of intrigue at you. I love a K match. Rob Kaldulis, we are so grateful imminently as he puts the pledge out to the Wiltons. Indigo says, Pauline, my favorite color as an art teacher. Let's add more color to this amazing palette. I'm thinking, let's not make any assessments, actually. Pauline, you might have to throw a number in front of those 2 zeros. Good friends of Grace and Amelia are privileged to support Indigo Simon. What a team, refusing to give up in the face of incredible challenges. Kathy, thank you very much. $200 from Bianca Crocker. I had the privilege of a good education, Bianca. That's beautiful. $100 from Gillian Gray. You went all in, Grace and Emilio. Thank you. Pauline says $100. Thank you, Pauline. I just didn't want to make any assumption. The K match is throwing some emotion behind the request to match a pledge. He's saying, love the Wiltons. I wonder if love will get him over the line this evening. Above, they did it. Oh, right. I'm so sorry. Oh, gosh. Paul Wilton. I missed it. I'm so sorry. Okay, the Wiltons will go $3,000, which is why the K match was pumped and loved them. He didn't love them. He loves them all the time. So that's a total of $6,000. Wilton, Paul Wilton, the Wilton family, and Rob Kaldulis together. Bit of love. Well done. Thank you. We're at $27,700 for the Indigo Foundation. We heard how much the incredible ability for money to go a very, very long way with the work that they're doing over there. And we know how unbelievably essential it is at the moment. So if we have any more, this is just a lot of fun, quite frankly. Indigo Foundation, we are having a beautiful evening, and we're doing it in the name of the incredible work that is going on around the world. Where are the Peels? He's got another $3,000. The K-Matcher, he's out again. We almost need a superhero called the K-Match, where he's just out there. So yes, we're looking, my friends, the Peels, are you out there? K-Match has called to you. Rob Kaldulis, the wonderful Dan Lloyd will pledge $500 if 2 others will match. I don't know if Nadia knew that was going to happen, but I think she's matched. Nadia says, great work, guys. $200 from LJ Locke if someone else will match. Who had the tissues out during Ari's presentation? John Grenshaw does a match the Fox and does $1,000. It's now got a hand movement as well. Thank you, John Grenshaw. That's incredible. Ange and I will match 500 Dan Lloyd. Fantastic. So we've got the matches. Wonderful. So we've got Dan Lloyd's matches. Go, Lloydie. I'll do $500, says Rebecca Gorman. Thank you, Rebecca Gorman. That's really good. There's a lot of support out there, Dan Lloyd. From Libby Lloyd, I have a disability and relate to your amazing work. $100 for hugs. So that will go on another one. We will stay on Indigo Foundation for the moment. LJ says, okay, I will do the 200 for the hand movement. I can't do that. Is that, no, you can't have it. You only get it for a Fox, match the Fox. And I don't know if I can do a K match thing. $30,300 is where we are. Thank you. Thank you, LJ, for doing that. I don't know if it's a good thing. $30,300 raised so far for Indigo Foundation. Ali is joining us this evening as well. I know he's there somewhere. And we know how far that money goes. The Peel Fund privileged to $3,000 to match. Peel Fund, thank you so much. So we have found the match for the K match. Another $100 in memory of our travels to Afghanistan many years ago, says Susan, and beautiful again, your dedication to the decimal. Jacinda, I'm still waiting for you to Fox shimmy. How do I do that? I don't think that's a fox shimmy. That's not a good thing. How do foxes? We'll work that out in a minute. But Rob, focused again. The peels are the best. As are you, Rob Caldulas. Thank you, Peel Fund. And that takes us to $36,300. Lila says Afghanistan girls and boys so need the support from a proven local partnership. We know how much this will do. We are so excited to be doing that. Keep working on it. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I could see anyone else. I'm the only vision. We're about to get another one, but I don't know if Mel joining us in a moment will help out with that. Perhaps later on we can get a little bit of help. Thank you. If anyone else has any more, we'll soon move on to the Forget Me Not charity. But right now we're still on Indigo. If there's any more that we can add so that we're on, like I like it when the everything looks even, but that's just a personal thing. 36,300 is an incredible amount to raise today. Andrea and John. Hi, Andrea and John. $100. Thank you very much. The wonderful Christina is going to add another 250. Thank you, Christina. Oh, Julie. She's matched the fox for $1,000. LJ says, but wait there. There is more. Oh, this is so good. That's knowing how to use your chat box, isn't it? We're at 37,650. What's going to happen? I do need more bells and whistles. This is so exciting. LJ, we're waiting. What's going to happen, LJ? Okay, Tom's popped in. $100 from Tom. Was an accident. Oh, but wait, there was more. Was an accident. What's happening? Tom, everyone says hi to Tom. Maybe we just move on, LJ. You didn't mean. We're close to deliver a new school building for 260 students. Thank you, everybody. We are so close. We got the bus before. Imagine if we get the school building. Can you imagine if we get a bus and a building? $40,000 builds a new school for over 200 students. We're nearly there. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could walk away, we go to bed tonight and we say, look, together, we got a bus and we got a building. And we know how much work that's going to be. I'm surprised, LJ, at what you did. So if anyone, I'll hang here momentarily. We do need to move. Rob, it's a K match. It's just K. It's just Rob Caldulas doing what we love Rob Caldulas so deeply for. $3,000 is a pledge from Rob to say, let's get the building. And look at that. Just like that, it feels like we got the building. Thank you, Rob, says Renee. $100 from Lauren. Thank you, Lauren, so very much. You've taken us into a beautiful spot. Lots and lots of love for that. Thank you, Rob. Dan says as well, mine's going to be matched. So that's also very good. Thank you so much. We are at $40,750. One last one, Claire and Ken Umbers in Echuca, who we do love, $50 for Indigo, which takes us to a beautiful even number. I mean, someone had $200, it'll look lovely, but really, we are so joyful. We are going to come back around again. So if you do, hang on, $500 from Major Tom. I love Major Tom. Gemma's like, how incredible. Libby's like, thank you. All who have donated to this marvelous project, 41,300. Rob is the foxiest, says Rebecca. It's getting very exciting here as the hours tick by here while we're all in lockdown, having quite the time of it. Okay, I think we take a deep breath. We just feel so enormously wonderful. David says $200, though, amazing work. And you know what that does? That tips us into a beautiful $41,500, which is incredible. And we thank you so much. How exciting. Oh, this is where I do get very sore, happy head. Let's go to our next charity that we are going to support this evening, the next organization. Incredible generosity. How much fun is this? We should do this all the time. We are now going to speak to raising money. Oh, hang on. $200 for Ellie. Nice project. Love, lovely folks. So you'll work that out. Thank you. And Ellie's gone into some capital letters. Okay, let's focus. Mel Manley joins us to be the advocate for Forget Me Not. And Mel Manley is the member representative. Hi, Mel.
Hello. Hi, I'm Mel Manley. I'm a financial supporter and advocate of Forget Me Not, and I have been for over 15 years. I give to Forget Me Not because they are the vital link, the lifeline of hope for these children who have been trafficked into orphanages in Nepal. I know and trust Andy and her team. They ensure more of every dollar given goes to where it's needed most, into bringing these kids home to family where they belong. And they do it with kindness, integrity, and compassion. I've had the privilege of seeing them in action and witnessed the moment when a child is reunited with her mother, held for the first time after years and years of separation. When Namrata was asked what it meant to her to be reunited with her family, she turned and said, "Auntie, I used to smile from my mouth, but now I smile from my bones." A defining moment in life that brought clarity to my soul and a higher purpose to using money. And that's why tonight I pledge $1,000 to Forget Me Not, because there is nothing that beats the feeling of bringing home a child to their family. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I got sprung looking at you with deep love. That is just so beautiful, Mel. It's gorgeous, and how wonderful to see that $1,000 pledge from Mel, who's an advocate and a great supporter, already making its way to $2,000. I just realized I was looking with such love because it's just so beautiful. Such beautiful insights. Let's move. Stephen Malley, $100. Thank you, Stephen. I've seen your integrity, Forget Me Not. Thank you, says Peter. And thank you, Peter, for finding your way to this organization. $500. Thank you, Peter. Well said, says Mark Domkins. Kathy Sowden, $400 because she made me cry again. I know. I had that cry face on. Claire Murphy's done a Match the Fox at $1,000. Thank you very much, Claire Murphy. That's wonderful. And you can see there, bang, it becomes an immediate $2,000. Charlie Russell, $150. Thank you, Charlie. And you'll also see a doubling of yours. Amanda Farrar, $100. Incredible program. We're in again, $150. Anna and M, and some tissues, please. At least you don't, I have to keep it together. Jason, $100. Chara and Luke, $250. We thank both of you. Jackie, $50. Thank you so much. The wonderful Phil and Mercedes, $100 there. And Kate says, oh, stop it. $100 from 9-year-old Anook's pocket money, who says that she has everything she needs and she wants kids in Nepal to have their family back. Anook, we say thank you so much. That's an enormous amount coming out of your piggy bank. And so huge gratitude for you. And Kate, thank you very much. Thank you, Anook. $8,000 is where that takes us. Deep love from Julie, 100, but need a zero added by someone who doesn't run a charity. That's a good idea. So $50 from a Barty in Brunswick. Hello, Barty. You're not far from where I am right now. Anook, LJ says, what a giving hero you are. Linda, the Fox, would like to match Claire Murphy, and in the name of Jan Fox, who always supported girls. Beautiful. We're matching the matriarch Fox for that one. Thank you very much, Linda. Zach, who's 13, would like to match Anook with $100. That is beautiful. Thank you, Zach. Big thumbs up to you. $100 from Rafa. Thank you very much, Rafa. A lot of love for Anook. $100 for Forget Me Not from Dad and Di in Dublin, matching Julia's earlier donation. Thank you, Liam. Pauline's just in Ireland. What am I thinking? Very, very good. Another giving hero is Zach. Thank you very much. It is wonderful. $10,900 raised for Forget Me Not. $500 from Lucy and Ruben Kamler. We're grateful to be with our parents. These children. Thank you so much. Don't run a charity, Julie, so I'd better stump up the $1,000, and you're doing a Susan, Rebecca. You're matching the Fox with a decimal point, and we love it. Thank you very much. Tom says $200 from Tom and Laura. Bit of love for Jan Fox coming through, which is lovely. Craig pledging $1,000. doing a matriarch fox there. Declan, 150 from Declan up at Falls Creek in the wonderful, if the wonderful Ellie Hewitt at TFN matches me, he says with a cheeky little emoji. Just got a message from one of my yayas, $200 with love and gratitude from Kate for your incredible life-changing work. That is a beautiful message. My goodness. The decimal points want to give $500. You're cutest. Rob and Sue are the decimal points. Leslie Grenshaw is doing $1,000. Thank you very much. You can also text as you're reminded there. The wonderful children of this family are coming out in force. Max, 12, wants to match a Nook 2. And Nook, you've started something. And Max, thank you, $100. How wonderful. And Mangala, $600. Thank you for your incredible support throughout the entire evening. We very much appreciate it. I get to saw the impact of Forget Me Not leadership on their global stage recently. Has someone? No. Others are following this work by Humble and Nepalese, by Humble Australia. Please match my $250 pledge. Please, a couple of friends here would be great. Thank you, Jan, very much for that. Pauline says, is there anything deeper or meaningful than a lost child returned home? I don't think so, Pauline. I think you're 100% right. $100. Ha, ha, ha. You got me, Declan. Love a little get. $150 from me. That's from Ellie. Thank you, Declan and Ellie. Good Wolf matching, Jan, with $250. Thank you very much, Simon. Thank you, Auntie Pauline from, it's Auntie Pauline. I'll match you $100. Great to have you here. It is great to have you, Auntie Pauline. Beatrix Cates, $100 from me, and I'd love a match from anyone else who also found Andrea's pitch incredibly eye-opening tonight. And I know there was lots of eye-watering as well. Thank you, Beatrix. $120 from the Kilby kids who know how lucky they are. That's beautiful. LJ says, happy to match B. Thank you very much. $100 from LJ. Thank you, LJ. $100 pledge from the text line. It's great when the text line gets used. Thank you. Beck Gorman, wish I could see you in person, but so good to see you in such a generous action instead. That's just lovely. Yeah, it is true, Beck. Very lovely. Thank you, Simon. Sorry about my bad spelling. Not at all, Jan. It's hard. You got things to do this evening. We've done a beautiful job in getting ourselves to $21,470. Pauline says, thanks, my wonderful niece. I feel like I am the voice. Thanks, LJ, says B. Bit of love going on there, as there should be. $21,470. It's only 7:34, and look where we are together. Totally, at the moment, 104,420, but 21,470 for Forget Me Not. We know how important the work is. Peter says, donations slowing down. Oh, well, someone had to go third. Forget Me Not, but so worth another $500. Thank you very much. Don't you worry, Peter. It'll get emotional and lively, and we might get a K match. You never know. We might get more Match the Foxes. Who knows? Okay, Julie's put the thing down and said, no more chatting. Let's get serious. 21,970. I can turn that on, especially when there's a CEO involved. Nadia Taylor, I'll match Peter by $500. Thank you very much, Nadia. That's exactly the word. And Rebecca says, boom, match the fox. $1,000 from me. And that's the fox shimmy. I've worked that out. I reckon that feels good. It's such an important approach. It is. Thank you, Libby. $100 for your support there. We're at 23,570. Liza Jane says 250 from Liza and my husband. Oh, V. Love it. Good on you, V. Lovely to have you here as well. Hopefully you're having a lovely evening. Not slowing down, just warming up. This is what happens when Rob Caldoulis comes to town. $15,000. Is that what you just did, Rob? Did you just do that? Is that like a K match? Not even a match. It's just a wonderful experience. Rob Caldoulis, thank you so deeply. Incredible. It is not slowing down. Peter, you see, this is what happens. $38,820. Rob Caldoulis, I better keep moving. Otherwise, I know there's going to be lots of thank yous and excitement coming through. Rochelle says, I'll double up Jan and Simon with $500 from the English Family Foundation. Thank you, English Family Foundation. How exciting. Beth Littleford, $150. Incredible, Andrea. $1,000 from Gray and Martin Kids from the 5 Point Foundation. Rob says, Kathy, no words. Awesome, Rach, says Simon. Incredible, 40,470. A K match in there has been an incredibly exciting thing. Are there more of those wonderful moments of joyful celebration? Wonderful, Jackie Evans. Thank you so much. $50. Janice says, thank you, Rob and Rach as well. How wonderful. I'll see your 15,000 with $100 donation, Rob. That's from Julie. Thank you very much, Megs. Rob, you rock. Mark Donkins has said $250. Such important work. Indeed it is. We're at $40,870. Oh, it's so exciting. It's so emotional. It is so wonderful to know that the entire community is here, and we're also celebrating this experience together. Even though we are virtual, most of us are locked down somewhere in this country or outside of this country. And so to be able to come together like this is just an incredible thing. Thank you, Mark. You pitched at TFN. How great. What a beautiful balance. I totally agree. I love it when that happens. 3 such incredible organizations who are doing incredible work. Lisa says, love your work, Andrea and Rob. $100. Thank you very much. Jacinta, if you sing Match the Fox, I can sing Match the Fox. What's Match the Fox sound like? I'm gonna match the fox, match the fox. That's just never. We need to take that out of the recording. But I did it for you, Rebecca Gorman. So that's $1,000 from you. Forget Me Not is changing a system. $200. Thank you very much, Kathy. Don't make me do Match the Fox again. That $100 from Antonia Ruffle. Thank you, Antonia. This is doing a beautiful job. 42,270. TFN Rock says, Mark, this community has accelerated our journey at Forever Projects. It's so nice to hear that. How exciting. And the energy and excitement for the work that is done is part of this. It's also, of course, about the money, but it's about a community of excitement and support for the work that you do. That's exciting, Mark. Really great to hear from you. $42,270. We're coming to a natural moment where I think we might go around a second round. Unless anyone wants to do any crazy drop the mic moments, it might be the time. Is it the time? 15 trips to Nepal and a fox for every visit. Mel, I love it. Wow, that was an incredible amount of generosity. So let's look at each of the organizations. As you said, we're doing a really beautiful job with the even hand that we have played. But as we often go through, we quickly pop back because you never know who's calling through. Forget Me Not. Okay, hang on. Before we move on, Meg would like to throw down another $250 for Forget Me Not. So if anyone would like to match, could we do that now? It would be a beautiful way to finish off an incredible collection of exciting money. We're just waiting for Meg's match, and then we're going to go back. So Mel, hang on, what's happening, Mel? Was that a pledge? Hang on a second, Mel. Okay, so Walter, another $100. Meg, Bill, the wonderful Bill. Mel pledged 15 foxes. I just thought it was a lovely reflection, Mel. I wasn't understanding anything. Thank you so much. $15,000 from Mel, who we heard from earlier in this evening. $15,000 to Forget Me Not. That's 15 foxes. And I love it. And thank you so much for that incredible contribution. Bill Marinson as well. Thank you very much for your matching with Meg. So a fox is officially a K in TFN language. That's what we've decided today. Holy fox, says Julie. I'm really sorry about the coughing. I did take a Ventolin inhaler before I started, but the excitement is too much. Wow, says Madison. I totally agree. Okay. How lovely. A K match, a Mel, a fox. We've really developed some particular funding language that no one else would understand beyond this evening. Let us go back. Let's go to the second round. It will be quick because you have been wonderful tonight, and we thank you for your time, and we appreciate everything. Let us go to our final pledge for Hug charity. Hug at the moment sits on $41,250. Did anyone have a little extra amount that they might like to give? We know Loreta and Helen and the incredible job that they are doing with their work. It was emotional and beautiful. Jerome Fink, thank you. $100 to add to that already very impressive amount of money. Oh, goodness me. I'd like to contribute another $150 to help kids overcome disability. Madison, thank you so much. Pauline's, I'm blown away by the generosity of these people, as are we. $100 for Hug. Pam, thank you. Philip and Mercedes, another $100 for a spare tire for the bus. That's beautiful. What an incredible night. Lol, says Madison. And I know that my children would also love to pledge, so I'd like to put $100 down for Hug as well for Perry and Mika, but from me. $250, I'll take the handbrake, says Bethany. $50 to Sam for Hug. We got the bus. We're so excited. $100, I want to give a hug. Anyone want to hug me back? That's a good one, Julie. $100 to hug Julie, metaphorically and virtually and spiritually and in all the beautiful ways that this community gets together. Hug from Kristen, $100. They work together and they hug each other. It's beautiful. Virtually, of course, we'll never hug again. That's not true. $42,300. Thank you very much. Of course, says Claire Murphy. I'm assuming that's for the hug. Hug from Antonia, $100. Thank you very much. Another $250, Susan, from the decimal points. Thank you, Susan. And Peter, it's Peter, isn't it? Thank you very much. To decimal points. You're the coolest kids. You could be like a 10-pin bowling team, or I don't know what else you could do. That's just the coolest. Now the $250 from Ryder, Tim, and Lauren to Hug. Thank you very much, Ryder, Tim, and Lauren. 10 final foxes. No, but Rob, when you get 10 final foxes, that becomes a K match. It becomes from a fox to a K. Oh my goodness, $53,000. I feel like I've got Loreta crying in the background there somewhere with just joy. Rob Caldulis, you deserve all the woos and the wows. And this is a hug or a fox. I like foxes better. Love you, Rob. No, it's 10 foxes becomes a K. So, no, the K match is like, it's just unregulated. It's just, it flows. It's deep. It's incredible. Thank you, Rob Caldulis, very sincerely. An incredible contribution. Again, $53,000 is where we find ourselves with Hug. And I feel so emotional. Rob, you are amazing. There's a wow coming through. Every part of everybody's contribution contributed to that $53,000 that you see this evening, from children to all of us putting in the way. $5,000 from the Harris Family Foundation. Don't you love a mic drop? Thank you very much, Harris Family Foundation. That is just wonderful. Seriously, we need to make a TV show out of this, because who wouldn't tune in to watch how fun this is? Loreta says, I literally have no words. You don't need to have words, Loreta. Your words are already beautiful and well loved and supported here. You deserve to feel absolutely the encouragement and love that this represents. LJ says, we so need a TV show. We do. Rob, Harris Family, everyone, you are incredible. You are. Thank you so much. So much love. $58,000. I think that's a beautiful second round, I have to say. Unless there's anything else that you found in your pocket that you would like to contribute to Hug, I'm going to say what a joyful experience that has been. And I look forward to the reflection on this. Oh, hang on. Lovely Nadia and Alf Taylor, a good little team foundation $500. Thank you very much, Nadia and Alf Taylor Foundation. That's wonderful. So $500 there for the hug. There we go. Very good. I watch those numbers. I keep up. We've done very well tonight. What a beautiful thing. Okay, $58,500 is an incredible place to be. Let us now move to a quick second round for the Indigo Foundation. Second round for Indigo. So anything that comes in now, we know how important this will be. We know that we hopefully have a building. Imagine if we could get two. I mean, that's just going a bit crazy. But $41,700 is what we have achieved for Indigo. And we know how much this will mean at this particular time. It is so exciting. $41,700 for the Indigo Foundation. If you have a spare couple of something or others, a Fox, a K-match, then our terms. If you're a decimal point, anything, we would lovely. Thank you so much. $41,700. Thank you for your lovely words. So hard to watch the news about Afghanistan. $100 from Kristen. Absolutely. It's heartbreaking, and to imagine having to face such a long and traumatic experience. Family, it's hard to conceive. $41,800. $50 from Marion. Thank you, Marion. Simon Lewis says, I'm going to match you, Kristen, $100. Philip and Mercedes, who I'm just imagining you on a couch. I don't know if it's true. $100, and I love it. Jerome Fink, thank you, Jerome, $100. Rob Irving, $100 for a cause. Crying out. Thank you very much, Rob Irving. Absolutely. $42,250. Trudy, $100 for Indigo. I'm going to say on behalf of my daughter, who is being educated as a teenager, we support this with lots of excitement. $100 from her. $50 from Pauline, Auntie Pauline, on the pallet. Yes, good. Jacinda's daughter, $100. Beautiful. $42,500 there. Indigo Foundation. We see an incredible commitment to that equity of access to education and that beautiful idea of educating women and how that changes the world. $50 from the kids. Education is so important. Thank you, Sam. Afghanistan needs us right now, and Ali has my vote. Changing the face of education, $100. Susan. Oh, Robert. I'm so sorry, Robert. From the decimal points, Sue and Robert, $250. There they go again. You need a little superhero ensemble as well, you two. $43,000. We're coming close to saying thank you, and it's lovely. Yes, repeat the phone number. That will come in again. Agreed, Julie, says Nadia. $1,000 from Nadia and Alf Taylor Foundation. The mobile number there. Okay. Rob Caldulis has put down a 1K match and 5 foxes. Rob, if that's, I love this. This is good. You need to test it out. I reckon a K match is worth, I thought a K match was 5 and 5 foxes, or is a K match 10? You might have to clarify, because I'm not doing a very good job on the terminology that we've developed today. Because, Rob, you're an enigma. A K match isn't necessarily a quantity. We need to understand that. But P.S., we're so excited. Oh, 15. So a K match is 10. But a K match, Rob, you can't even start to pretend you are going to give us you are beyond. Thank you, Rob Caldulis, $15,000. It's so wonderful. Claire Murphy as well, $500. Educating women is the only way. I have a proxy from James Kirby, $1,000. Thank you, James. Oh, thank you, Madison. Education equity is so important. Another fox. For Rebecca Gorman, you will have just wished that never happened. Thank you. So funding, you understand that Rob gave $15,000. Oh, forsake me not, says Julie. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. How far would that go in Afghanistan? Another 150 from me. Thank you so much, Kathy. I've got a text message to share. Rob and all of you, the girls of Afghanistan, thank you. Thank you, Libby Lloyd, for that. I'm so freaked out. It's incredible. $61,650. It is so emotional. How are we all not going to just cry tonight? We all need to have like an after party where we all just cry together in the chat box. So there's another text message to share. We're holding on for that one. Is that right? Okay. Education for girls in rural Afghanistan was once unheard of. This project has changed the world. Let's keep supporting girls. 250 if I can get 2 matches. That's from Sally. Thank you, Sally. Are there 2 people out there? Foxy, crying. We're crying. $250 for 2 matches for the wonderful Sally. Rebecca says yes. $250. I'm going to give you a Fox shimmy just because Rebecca, you've been incredible and you deserve it. Don't know if it's a reward though. And one more match for Sally, who has pledged. Oh, thank you, Kathy, and me as well. And also Jan Owen has done it. You've done very well. Our family will match you, Sally. Girls' education does change the world. Thank you so much. I feel like we got somewhere, didn't we? I feel like you're talking back, although you're not, but you are. $62,650. I'm blown away, says Gemma. Gemma, so exciting. We know Ellie is there as well. And it's just so exciting. $62,650. We just, it's emotional. All right, let us go to our very final round. We're nearly done for the evening. The show is nearly over, but it has been so wonderful. Forget-me-nots, currently at $57,000. Oh, hang on. This has been amazing. Any last-minute donations to any project, do it now. But we're still going to, Julie, we're going to do Forget-me-not, and then we'll do that little bit later. So Forget-me-not, we're going to do a final round now, final pledges for Forget-me-not. If you have any extra money in your back pocket, we're currently at $57,870. Lila is so grateful for it. Trust it will go a long way. Thanks all. Oops, Julie, that's okay. You're the CEO. You're actually in charge, and I will never tell you what to do again. But don't do that. Your dad will tell you as well. Project Drawn Down ranked educating girls as their number 6 solution for tackling climate change. When combined with voluntary family planning, it actually becomes the number 1 solution. Beautiful stat. Thank you, Kathy. There is so much joy coming through. Ali, thank you. So beautiful to see your name pop up again and to see the joy. But right now, before we finish and we enjoy our evening, Forget-me-not, my 10-year-old Archie wants to donate 3 foxes. Hi, Archie. We say you get a fox shimmy, Archie, for sure. So 3 foxes, $3,000 from Archie. Very, very, very grateful for that, Archie. Thank you. So 10-year-old Archie. Bill Marinson has said 250. Thank you so much, Bill. That takes us up to 61,120. Archie, you are amazing. We need an Archie move. We do. Archie, if you've got any ideas and you can communicate it to me in text, I'll do it for you. The kindness and generosity is so incredible. I totally agree. We've only got a couple moments and I will finalize our evening. 61,000. Trudy, $100. Thank you very much. Let's change the child trafficking. Yes, lots of love for you, Archie. I hope you can read it. Well done, everyone. And $50 from Sam. Thank you very much, Sam. That takes us to $61,270. It's awkward, that number, but it's wonderful. I'm probably going to give it another 30 seconds. So if there's anything, Andrea's there. Hi, Andrea. It's so exciting. Okay, yes, next time, Archie, work out a move and I'll do it for you. The Archie move. Classic. I feel like we've come to that time of the evening. Oh, hang on. Then Deb throws down a $5,000 pledge for the Harris Family Foundation for Forget-me-not. My goodness, Deb. This was the part of the show where we are all crying at the end. It is incredible. It's really emotional. Forget me not. Thank you so much, Harris Family Foundation. Thank you, Rob Caldulas. Thank you, Archie. Thank you to all the incredible matched funding this evening. Yeah, LJ needs paper towels now. An incredible thing. I think we have come to the end, unless you want any more mic drops for the evening. We say, wow, what a night. This is what happens when we come together in situations that are a little bit tough sometimes, but I'm so warmed and grateful to be able to be part of this evening. Thank you for demonstrating the power of what we can do together. Let us bring, Susan said, I've forgotten where I'm up to. If I haven't given an extra 250, count me in. And Debs, hang on a second, Deb. That's a mic drop. Deb said, hang on a second, I want to throw $5,000 toward Indigo as well. That's a massive mic drop. Thank you so much, Harris Family Foundation. Oh, it's so emotional. We're at 67,650. I feel like we could just sit here all night and just enjoy the mic drops of generosity. Thank you so much. Susan, I don't know, decimal point family, what's happening. All right, we'll say any final pledges as I hold my hands out because that was Julie's idea and I didn't follow through properly. Have we got any more donations for this evening? You love round numbers. I know, Julie. We need to get to 200,000. I love it when Rob Caldulas brings in a suggestion. I agree we need to get to $200,000. $200,000. It sounded strange when I just said it, but it's true. Oh, Rob. $2,500 is going to each organization from Rob Caldulas, which is... can't have Hug sitting below the 60, so another $2,000. Rebecca, is that okay that we sort of got above there? Are you still keen to go there? I'm sure you are. $2,000 from Rebecca. 2 foxes. Rebecca, you just confirm that your intention is still, but thank you. And yes, $63,000 for Hug, $70,150 for Indigo, and $69,020 Peels, $10,000. What is going on? The Peel Family Foundation has just asked to mic drop $10,000 for the Forget Me Not. Oh my goodness. This is like, I can't cope with this. I need to have assistance. This is too much. I actually feel like crying. I feel like I've got to go and have a little bit of a breather. Oh my goodness. As Julie says, holy moly, heart not coping. Heart not coping. Heart not coping. Rob says, who are these Peels? You know who they are, Rob Caldulas. And we say thank you so much. Mic drops. This is like the cliffhanger ending in our show. Dear me. I'm beside myself. How do I thank you all? Oh, Loreta, you'll be able to join us in just a moment. Let us do this, shall we? Shall we? Is there anything else? Peel back the K-Fox. Rob, I feel a peel off coming on. Oh, it's so good. Okay, I think we're there. I'm so frightened to call it because what if we're not? All right, I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Anything else incredible wants to happen, you need to do it now because none of us can cope anymore. We're going to have an opportunity to see all of the beautiful presenters who work really hard on their projects join us in just a moment. I think it's right. I think we're ready. Are we ready to cry? I have to go off the screen though because I can't cry. Loreta! Loreta!
Jacinda, this is unbelievable. And I don't know how we can adequately thank people. Like I said, our story was a love story, but you've just affirmed that, everyone. And I've stood beside these kids and seen others reject them. And tonight you've just shown them how precious they are and how valuable. And I don't know how to thank you for that. I can't imagine what Helen's doing at this moment, just knowing this is more than a dream come true. All those things we've held in our heart, like Saddam. You've made this become a reality for the kids, and I just need to thank the funding network. You are amazing. I don't know how you do it. The event partner, Aiden, and the generous donors, and just everyone who's joined tonight's event. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And gosh, you tried to get us a bus. You've got us more. And I can only tell you that we'll post photos of kids everywhere hanging out that bus, and we'll see a smile. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. I want to congratulate Andrea and Ali. I can only know what you might be feeling at the moment. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
I know, Loreta, I'll be speaking on behalf of everyone to say the thanks is to you. It's the work that you do, and the gratitude that we are feeling for you has been only in a small way expressed tonight. So keep the work going. We can't wait to see the photos of those buses, of the bus and the children. And, you know, we've all got a quiet idea about what bit we have pledged toward. Loreta, please give our love to Helen, and congratulations.
Thank you, Jacinda. Thank you, everyone, on behalf of Helen, myself, and all the amazing smiling hearts.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you very much. It's too much. We now get to say a huge congratulations and go well to the Indigo Foundation and Ellie, who joins us this evening. Again, it's a gratitude to you for your work.
And thank you, Jacinda, and I thank everyone here tonight. I think it's moments like this that I think define our world. Last night I was watching a scene in Kabul where I saw a woman who lost her husband and had 4 children, 3 of them being girls, with no home, nowhere to go. And I think, you feel powerless, but when you see a night like this, when people come from far away, from places that they don't know, and contribute to the lives of these people, I think this gives us courage. This gives us hope for the rest of the world, and of course for Afghanistan. And I also should say, I think we have talked about tonight, I talked about our partner communities in Afghanistan, how resilient they've been, but I also should say the incredible role that Indigo has played in our life, in our family life in Australia. I think, when we came here 16 years ago, I couldn't speak English. It was people like Libby, it was people like Sally and the rest of Indigo team who took our hands and made us ready to be able to represent Indigo tonight. So I'm really honored for everyone that this little organization has done. I hope that, the people who've contributed tonight to us, we will, remember your contribution. We'll hope to, continue to share our stories and our achievements for many years to come. So thank you, everyone.
No, and again, the gratitude is for you and your work. We thank you so much, and we wish you great success. And we know it's such a tough challenge, but we're behind you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jacinda.
Thank you. It's too much. Beautiful. We feel so great. Lots of love. Please make sure you read the comments as well, Ellie and Loreta, and to Andrea, Forget Me Not, who is going to join us now. It's exciting to tell you, Andrea, I'm sure you saw 79,000. Are you there?
Wow, that is incredible, incredible, incredible. We are mind blown. I am so very, very grateful to everybody in this room tonight for bringing these funds together. It will impact children directly. I mean, I tried to get a Venn diagram together, and, our commonality is that we were all children once. We all know those childhood heartaches. And imagine if you weren't with your family. This money is a game changer. It will accelerate our work so fast. We can now say yes to more and more children coming through our processes. It's mind-blowing, truly mind-blowing. I can't wait to get off the phone. I actually can't wait to send a WhatsApp message to Alicia. I want to tell her that her story has moved mountains.
Can you please send all of our love to her?
I will. I'll be passing that through. And I know my team have been sending messages through, well-wishing for tonight. And I also want to thank them from the bottom of my heart. You guys are the heroes. Our local team on the ground have done incredible work. And with all of your engine, with all of those funds pushing us forward, we can see an end to orphanages in Nepal. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It's a beautiful way to put it, Andrea, and thank you so much for the opportunity that we've all had this evening. And we wish you luck. We cannot wait to see some of the great stories that this funding will have. And we give energy to your team to continue that work.
So much. Thank you. Our heartfelt thanks and a namaste from everyone, Nepal side. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. It's too much. It's actually too much. Thank you so much. Now I'll try and keep my act together, and then I'm going to go and have a cry. You can fill your pledge right now. Get on down there. You can see there's a fulfill your pledge button at the bottom of the screen. You're also going to receive a link tomorrow via email, or you can go to our website anytime. The sooner we get your pledge, the sooner we can get it to the program so that we don't delay. When you fulfill your pledge, please consider an extra contribution to the funding network. Any gift, large or small, will help us continue to run events like this. There's also lots of other ways that you can support the incredible work of these nonprofits. HUG is looking for design and grant writing support. Indigo Foundation is looking for help with finance and communications. Forget Me Not is looking for support with their funding and technology strategies. So if you can help or you know someone who can, please email TFN or let us know in the chat that you would like to. Goodness me. Tomorrow we're going to send you a link to tonight's stream so you can share with your networks and encourage others to donate. Sometimes that feels frightening, doesn't it? Because it feels like we had such a private experience, but it's a wonderful thing to share and to generate some more interest and excitement for the work that we've heard this evening. So wonderful. And we will update you on the impact of your support over the coming weeks and months. Thank you again to the Australian Development Network, Australian International Development Network and their members for making tonight possible. We also need to say thank you to Grace and Emilio Foundation and Vasudhara Foundation for contributing to the match funding. Incredible. Until we meet again, goodness me, thank you for your time and your generosity, your humor, your incredible fun. It was beautiful to be a community tonight. Let's do it again soon. Good night and stay safe.